Hello guys, warmly welcome again to the Study Abroad channel. The happiest country on earth needs you. Yes, you heard me right. Finland needs you. I've received a lot of messages in my Twitter DM asking how people can come to Finland. So in today's video, we are going to go through the various routes that you can come to Finland. The best part of the video is that I'm going to provide you with companies that are recruiting international applicants. So if you're ready to roll with me today, let's go. Finland has been declared as the happiest nation according to the World Happiness Report for the 6th consecutive time. They are happy. They want you to come and join them and to make your life very happy. According to the government's working group, Finland needs about 44,000 net migration in order to take care of their dwindling population and sustaining their society. That is why immigration is a top priority of the current government. And not only the current government, even the anti-immigrant group in Finland proposes immigration as part of their election manifesto. Across the political divide, all the political parties consensuously agree that immigration is the solution to the reduction in population in Finland. But hold on, even though they want you to come and help build the Finnish society, is it everybody that they want to invite? Definitely not. They need certain people with specialized knowledge, specialized skills to come and help them build their country. Therefore, as someone who is interested in coming to Finland, I think the first step I'm going to give to you is that get a skill. If you already have a skill, then hooray, good luck to you. But if you're someone who's just completed your bachelor's degree or completed high school, then I will encourage you to get a skill. And what kind of skill do you need? As we go through the video, you will see which aspect, which kind of jobs that there are labor shortages and which kind of jobs that are in excesses. That will give you a clue to start the skills that you want to develop. And trust me, when you have shown high competence in these skills, you're going to be recruited and eventually you're going to come to Finland. The next step I'm going to give you is that job seeking process in Finland and in most countries requires you, the applicant, to contact the potential employers. Don't just sit down in your home in Accra or in Nigeria or in Pakistan or Nepal thinking that someone will reach out to you. No, you have to take the initiative to contact potential companies. And as we'll be showing you some of the job advertisements across Finland, give you the chance for you to contact employers. For the purposes of today's video, the following are the categories we are going to delve into: skilled labor, the unskilled labor, the voluntary work, and the au pair. These are the 4 routes that we are going to consider in our today's video. Skilled work, as its name implies, these are specialized work that require competence and even advanced competences from you, the potential employee. So without you attaining these competences, it's very difficult for you to be hired for this type of work. An example of such is in the IT field, it's in the health sector, including dentistry, nursing, general medical practitioners, care educators, teachers, and early childhood educators. If you already have these skills, I'm going to show you that these skills are in demand in Finland and contact the appropriate authorities so that you can be recruited and come to practice or work in Finland, the happiest country in the world. The next category is the unskilled work. And with this, with minimal skills, you would be able to land a job with the unskilled category. But mind you, because it is an unskilled, a lot of people would want to hop onto that. So there's a high competition for the unskilled labor. Generally in Finland, the labor regulation encourages that first-time employees would have to go through a mandatory 1-day or 2-day training. And in this training, they are going to teach you all the nitty-gritties about the work. For example, you can be hired as a cleaner where you follow someone who's experienced in the job and they are going to teach you how to do the job. Similarly, in the case of newspaper delivery, you would follow someone who already knows the area and then they are going to guide you through the area. In Finland, the common unskilled labor you can find include cleaning, newspaper delivery, mail letter delivery, and also advertisement delivery. There's also the chance for you to do food delivery when you are in Finland. Various works at factories also classifies under the unskilled work, but not all the works at the factory. For example, if you need to use the forklift, you need to be experienced in that, or even to some extent you need to get certificate for that. But working at the factory, like sorting things and barcoding or packaging items, does not require any skill from you. So these are a few examples of the unskilled labor you can find in Finland. The next category is the voluntary. With the voluntary route, you are putting yourself out there to help people. For example, you can join the Red Cross Society to raise funds to support victims of, let's say, the earthquake. The same way you can have a voluntary work with UNICEF to raise funds for kids and these kind of things. The final category for today's video is the au pair or the nanny. In Finland, combining family, kids, and working life becomes sometimes difficult for parents. Therefore, parents would want people to come into their house and help take care of the kids. And you would get a 1-year au pair permit to come to Finland and practice this. This is an overview of the whole labor shortage in Finland. And here we are, the Occupational Barometer webpage. And this is the official Labor Office webpage that publishes job shortages across all the municipalities in Finland. In the year 2022, the top 15 labor shortage include the healthcare assistants, the nursing associate professionals, the social work and counseling, early childhood educators, special needs teachers, speech therapists and audiologists, generalist medical practitioners, specialist medical practitioners, home-based personal care workers, psychologists, dentists, cook, waiters, cleaners and helpers in offices, hotels and others, and then child care work. It's incumbent on you to check how you can get skills in these areas so that your relocation to Finland through work will be easier for you. On the bottom half, you can see that if you're a journalist, if you are a secretary, if you are a tailor, if you are a graphic designer, a librarian, and these kind of works, then there isn't so much work for you to do in Finland. And actually, there are excesses in such work. And so if you have these skills already, then it's better for you to upskill and get more skills in addition. In this session, we are going to look into various platforms that you can find work, whether it is a skilled work, whether it is unskilled work, whether it is voluntary, or whether it is au pair. So take your time and go through this process with us carefully. The first resource we are going to look into is the EURAXESS webpage. So this is the European Union's own job advertisement place. Go to jobs and funding opportunity, and from the jobs and funding opportunity, you click on find jobs. You are interested in a specific country and a specific type of job, so just filter it here. So let's say if I go to the country filter, then I can select Finland. And here you can see that the Finland search gave me 168 results. Here you can find all the available jobs here at the EURAXESS web page. So there are jobs for university lecturers and researchers. The next resources that you can find job in Finland is the we call it the TE-toimisto web page. That is the Labor Center web page. I'm going to leave all these links in the description of this video, so check it out. All the advertised jobs in Finland can be found here at this web page. So you can just change the language from here, from Finnish to English. And as with the previous one, you can show all the jobs that are available, or you can filter it. You can filter to include only jobs which working language or the language of publication is in English. Click here, you click the more search terms here, and you come to the working language, and then you select English. Then I choose the working language to be English, and the publication language is also in English. You can see an example of skilled work like this. So when you see gargling of fish, for example, you just click on it, and then it gives you more information about the work. And take note that they are going to provide number of the employer and their email address. So you take advantage and send an email to the person or call the person if you have the means. To give you everything that you need in terms of the employment relationship, the working conditions. So this is a seasonal work and it's valid up to the 19th of November 2023. Let's take some few minutes and go through some of the jobs. We are not going to go through all of them, but let's go through some of them. If you are hard pressed with time and you want to specify a specific work that you want to look into, for example, if I want to look into, let's say, the IT, for example, in this, I can just type my IT here and go straight and search for the job. And you can see all the available IT jobs you can apply to from this search. With the nanny, you can see there are 2 jobs you can find here. Yes, and this is a typical example of this. Let's look into the au pair. Who is recruiting is Solomon Dedia. He has specifically stated here the type of job that you are going to do, and what interests me most is that they require someone who has very good knowledge of the Ogoni language and culture. So if you can speak Igbo and if you can speak Ogoni and English, then you can apply to this job. Their email address and then the telephone number. So this is an example of the nanny job advertisement, how it goes. The next tool is the LinkedIn. So if you're already in LinkedIn, make use of LinkedIn. And with LinkedIn, you can search for the job and type in the location as Finland. And you find a lot of jobs being marketed in LinkedIn. You take advantage and contact prospective employers so they can help you. In addition to LinkedIn, there are other Finnish-based and private recruitment agencies that you can also check their website, such as Barona, such as Soul Recruitment, such as Easy, and a whole lot of other private companies that you can check their website and then get various work. The whole important aspect of the whole relocation with work route is that you, the applicant, you should contact the employer and the employer should give you a work contract. And once the employer gives you the work contract, then you take the work contract to the immigration office and they are going to grant you the permit because you have already secured the work contract. That is a very important part of the whole exercise. The burden is on you to find the potential employer. So we've gone through some of these platforms that will help you as leads for you to get in touch with the potential employer and then they can offer you the job contract. Specifically, if you belong to the health category, if you have skills in health and you want to relocate based on health, then the following companies are recruiting people to come to Finland. The first one is the Healthcare Staffing Solution, and this is their website. So I'm going to leave the website also as part of the description of this video, so check it out and contact them. Second one is the FinnCare Global Human Resources OI. So this FinnCare is also recruiting potential nurses to come to Finland and work. Check their website and see how the process goes. The next recruiter is Barona. So Barona is also recruiting nurses to Finland. And finally, for nursing, the Silk Road Workforce Management is also one of the platforms you can check for them to recruit you as a nurse and come to Finland. I have to emphasize here that some of these companies that I've mentioned are only targeting people from Philippines and people from the Asian community. However, I believe that if you keep on sending the request perhaps they haven't even considered coming to Nigeria, for example. So perhaps the more people from Nigeria are sending requests to them, then it's business, they might turn their attention to come and recruit people from Nigeria. To wrap up with the video, now let's go and look at the immigration process, how to get the resident permit, what you need in order to apply for, whether it's an au pair, whether it's a skilled work, or whether it is unskilled work. At the Migri website, they have this schematic diagram to show you how the whole resident permit based on work works in Finland. First of all, like I've already mentioned, you need to find a job. That is the difficult aspect of the whole thing. That's why I keep on saying contact employers, giving you all the resources, contact them. And once you contact them and get the job contract, then you make application to Migri. And when you make application, then you visit your nearest consular. Economic Development Office is going to make a partial decision and send it to Migri, and Migri will also make the final decision. As an au pair, your work contract should contain other things like you receiving pocket money, you receiving insurance, and you receiving a room of your own. And the employer should give you at least 280 euro per month as your pocket money. Once you've received the job contract as an au pair, first of all, there is an age limit is between 17 and 30. From that, you shouldn't have worked as an au pair in Finland or in any other country before. And you are someone who has started to have interest in the Finnish or the Swedish language and their culture. And you should not be related to the host family. You also need an insurance, and most importantly, you have a written agreement with your host family. The written agreement should include the following items: a pocket money of at least 280 euros, and a maximum duties of 25 hours a week, with free time for you to have studies and courses of your choice, accommodation, rights and obligations during the au pair placement. And once you fulfill all these requirements, then you apply with the form OLE-AUP. And a very important thing about Finland is that you can always change your resident permit if your situation changes. So, for example, if you have come to Finland as an au pair, you've gained admission, you can always change from being an au pair to student. Or if you found your loved one, you can change from being a student to a family status. If you want to apply on the basis of voluntary work, your application would depend whether you're applying through companies such as ISEC or ICYE, or even the Erasmus or the European Voluntary Service or the European Solidarity Corps. And each of these have their specific guidelines that you have to follow. With the volunteer work, the major requirement for you that your volunteer should pass through an approved organization. Some of these approved organizations include ICYE Finland and ISEC. I have previously worked with ISEC, and they have so many voluntary work that you can apply. Under these umbrella organizations, they carry out some activities such as fundraising, recycling, going to help the air, buying groceries for them. So you can apply the volunteer through ISEC and ICYE and come to Finland. As part of the resident permit application process, you need to prove a sufficient income in order for them to grant you the resident permit. And in the case of all the 4 categories we have looked at today, that is the skilled work, the unskilled work, the voluntary and au pair, because these are work relationships that you are going to have with your employers. So they are going to check your work contract and then check whether they fall in line with the category of the work that you are doing, whether that is the required salary that you are supposed to be paid. In the case where your work contract does not fall within the collective agreement in the specific sector that you are working, then you need to show at least 1,331 per month in order for them to grant you the resident permit. In today's video, we've discovered the 4 ways that you can come to Finland and work. We have given you all the resources, the links to the places you can find the jobs for these. We have also gone through the resident permit application procedure. If you haven't subscribed to this channel, we encourage you to do that, because we present the second part of this video where we are going to consider the other ways to come to Finland. Thank you very much for today, and until our next video, peace out.